There are great free kicks, there are legendary free kicks, and there are this free kick by Roberto Carlos. It's a goal that has been watched hundreds of millions of times, recreated by thousands of players, and even studied by scientists. And here was the real question: how was this goal even possible? At first glance, it looks fake. The ball starts several meters outside the box. It looks like it's heading into the crowd. Even the commentator thought it was going wide. But somehow, at the very last second, the ball curls back inside the post. Today we are breaking down exactly how Roberto Carlos pulled off one of the greatest free kick in the football history. Let's go back to 3 June 1997. France were playing Brazil in a friendly tournament called Tournoi de France. It wasn't a World Cup final match, now it was a final. France were playing Brazil in a friendly tournament. But one moment from this game would be become fair. Let's go back to 3 June 1997. France were playing Brazil in a friendly tournament called Tournoi de France. It wasn't a World Cup match, it wasn't a final. But one moment from this game would become more famous than almost every goal scored in this tournament. Brazil won a free kick from around 35 meters away. Normally from this distance, player either cross the ball or shoot with power, but Roberto Carlos had something completely different in mind. Who was Roberto Carlos? Before we talk about the goal, you need to understand who Roberto Carlos was. He wasn't another just a left back. He was one of the fastest players in his legs were incredibly powerful. And then he was famous for hitting the ball harder than almost anyone else. His teammate even joked that they were even scared to stand in front of his shot during training. When Roberto Carlos struck the ball, it wasn't just powerful, it also had incredible spin. It had that combination made him one of the dangerous free kick takers ever. The free kick. Now watch the goal carefully. As Roberto Carlos starts his run up, something immediately looks strange. Instead of aiming towards the goal, he is standing at a huge angle. When he kicks the ball, it doesn't travel toward the goalkeeper. It travels from the goal. From a moment everyone believes he is missed. The French ball doesn't move. The goalkeeper barely reacts. Even the fans behind the goal that the ball is going wide. As Roberto Carlos starts his run up, something immediately looks strange. Instead of aiming toward the goal, he is standing at a huge angle. When he kicks the ball, it doesn't travel toward the goalkeeper. It travels away from the goal. For a moment, everyone believes he is missed. The French ball doesn't move. The goalkeeper barely reacts. Even the fans behind the goal think the ball is going wide. But then, everything changed. The ball suddenly begins bending towards the goal. Within less than a second, it moves from completely off target to smashing into the side netting. The goalkeeper dived, but it's already too late. Brazil led 1-0. The signs. So how did the ball curve like that? The answer is something called the Magnus effect. When football spins through the air, one side of the ball pushes the air faster than the other. This creates a difference in pressure. This pressure difference actually pulls the ball sideways. The faster the ball spins, the more it curves. But here's what makes Roberto Carlos' free kicks so special. Most curved free kicks start bending almost immediately. This one didn't. It stayed almost straight for most of its flight before suddenly swinging back toward the goal. That's why it looked impossible. The curve happened so late that neither of the defenders nor the goalkeeper had enough time to react, while nobody can easily repeat it. People often ask, why don't modern players score goals like this every week? The answer is simple. Everything had to be perfect. The distance, the speed, the amount of spin, the point of contact, even the weather and the airflow around the ball matter. If Roberto Carlos hit the ball just a little differently, the shot would have gone into the stands. Scientists later recreated the free kick using computer simulation and found that one tiny change in speed or spin would completely change where the ball landed. That's how precise this strike really was. The legacy. More than 25 years later, the free kick is still shown in documentaries, football compilations, and even physical classrooms. Thousands of players have tried to recreate it. Very few come close. Not because they lack skills, but because this goal required almost perfect technique combined with laws of physics working together. It's one of the rare moments where sports and science meet outro. So the next time someone tells you this goal was just a luck, it wasn't luck, it was years of practice, unbelievable power, incredible technique, and a little help from physics. That's why Roberto Carlos' free kick is still considered one of the most impossible goals ever scored. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more football stories, legendary goals, and the science behind from beautiful game. Until next time, thank you for watching.